Hello Team Zug, and today we'll be doing a video that I always want to do. This video is discussing about my own version of my favorite TV show. You all know it, it's Tugs. The tugboat, for their size, are the most powerful craft to float, and the star tugs are the most important thing to make up for big city port. This is Tugs AU. Yeah. Okay, so let's be honest. Tugs, in my opinion, is the best thing that ever happened in the 1980s. Well, TV show wise. And I want to make my own canon of Tugs. So, yeah, let's get to it. Here's what I want to do. 1. I really want to include some OCs that people make, as well as some I made my own. Now, don't you worry, I am going to credit the people who create those OCs, and I'm going to tell them what they're going to do in the AU Tug series. By the way, I really want to make this, not just for like one video, but maybe a whole series about the AU Tug series. We'll see what happens. 2. Some things from Salty's Lighthouse would be considered canon in the AU Tug series. And I know people are going to be angry about it, but Zug, why are you including Salty's Lighthouse stuff into it? Well, just want to make it a little bit more interesting to say. So, with that said and done, let's get to the video. Now, let's start. Step 1. What is the timeline for this AU Tug series? So, this is going to be where it's going to go downhill, because some people think, well, the narrator from Tug said it was in the 1920s, but in Salty's Lighthouse it's in the 1990s. However, because of the iceberg video I watched about Tugs, really good video by the way, you should check it out, apparently it turns out the directors of Tugs lied to us. It wasn't in the 1920s, it was in the 1930s. Yeah, don't believe me? Check out this video by EN2. It's a really good video. I love the video. It's really interesting and it shows about stuff in Tugs that we don't even know about. So credit goes to him. So what timeline is it going to be in this AU Tug series? The early 2000s, of course. Now, I'm going to explain why that is. So, with that said and done, let's begin. Oh wait, we already begin. Next part, sorry. So, let's start with the things I will keep from Salty's Lighthouse into the AU Tug series. Wait, I think I'm missing something. Oh, there it is. Ah, that's better. So if you don't know, Salty's Lighthouse is the American version of Tugs that aired in 1997 and ended in 1999. Some people think it's one of the worst TV shows because some of the stuff is changed and some of the stuff is cringy, but I kind of disagree with it. Although I kind of agree with them, you gotta admit, it's actually a really good show when you get used to it. So, plus the intro is pretty catchy. So, yeah. So, this is the stuff I'm going to keep from Salty's Lighthouse. So, the first thing I'm going to keep from Salty's Lighthouse into my AU Tug series is, if you've been watching my videos for the past few months, you all probably know what the first thing is going to be, and that is Sunshine as a girl. Now, before you all get confused and why I decided to do this, it's because, well, I feel like I actually don't mind what they done with Sunshine in Salty's Lighthouse. I think it was actually a smart move because when you think about it, there are less few females in Salty's Lighthouse. So yeah, I mean Tug. Sorry. So of course they have to do that, and Sunshine's gender is the only thing that's good about Salty's Lighthouse. When you compare it to characters like, say, Captain Star and Little Ditcher, I feel it's bad and weird, but for Sunshine, it works pretty well. So that's the only gender change I'm going to keep. Please don't kill me. Please. Another thing what I like about Salty's Lighthouse is the decision they made with OJ about the name change. Now, we all know the OJ sorry I got the name wrong. Apparently there was I don't know the whole story about it, and they changed OJ's name to Otis, like that. But in my opinion, I like to think that Otis is OJ's real name. However, because since I watched The Iceberg and his full name is O. Jones, that made me think a little bit, and I came up with an idea. The idea is I'm giving OJ a backstory. His real name is Otis, but he secretly goes by OJ, and I'll explain more about that later. Another thing what I like about Salty's Lighthouse is the decision they made with Berker and Blair becoming Mr. Barfour and Mrs. Starco as movie directors. This gives me an idea. What if Mr. Barfour and Mrs. Starco are the original characters? Now, I love Berker and Blair, but I think that Mr. Barfour and Mrs. Starco could work in the Tugs universe. In fact, I even draw what they would look like in my AU Tug series. Here they are. This is Mr. Barfour and Mrs. Starco. Yeah, the faces look the same, but I don't really care. So, if you think Mr. Barfour and Mrs. Starco looks good, let me know in the comment section below.
You've probably seen our Barfour Starco movies. Beauty and the Boat, Jurassic Harbor, Tug Ranch.
I love it! And the last thing I'm going to consider canon to Salty's Lighthouse in my AU Tug series is, of course, the characters themselves. Like Salty here. And of course, also the Lighthouse. Here's how I would put them in the Tug series. Just put them there. Bada boom, bada bing. It works pretty well. I think it fits in pretty well. And as for everything else, nah, I'm not going to consider any of the other stuff in Salty's Lighthouse canon because, yeah, I don't really like the new name they give Big Mac called Big Stack. Well, okay, I will consider the ZB nickname canon because maybe that's a nickname to Zebedee, but Zebedee hates it. Huh, that could be a good idea. And that's pretty much it for the Salty's Lighthouse bit. Now, we're on the next bit. Character differences. So, okay, so in order to make this AU work, some of the characters' personalities and all that have to be changed to order to make this work. And we already know the Sunshine thing was changed, so who else got the change? Zip and Zug personalities might have to be changed a little bit. Well, mostly Zug, but I'm going to explain why that is. So, if you guys don't know, I ship Zug and Sunshine. I mean, I know it's weird that Zug in Tugs is mostly, like a jerk towards Sunshine. Well, if you consider Trap as the last episode, which I now do because of the Iceberg video, Trap is technically the last episode when Zoran technically betrayed Zug, the trumpet incident, and he just left Zug there. And Sunshine was the first one to say, "Are you alright, Zug?" Could this mean that there's going to be a cancelled season 2 episode where Zug finally have enough with Zon's, how Zon was treating him? Because we must keep in mind that some of the stuff that Zug did in Tugs was mostly for either Zon told him, or when in the episode called Warrior, he said, "I have to go ask Captain Zero. It's your salvage." I know it's unlikely Captain Zero will say it, but maybe because of the Devious, it maybe took more of the edge on him. I mean, Zog is not a bad tugboat. He didn't have the right direction. So, if you ask me if season 2 does exist, would Zug join the Star Tugs and leave the Z-Sax? I believe so, because I think Zug still has a chance to be reformed. Sorry about that. And in Salty's Lighthouse, they changed his personality to more clumsy, which I actually don't mind because I actually like it. Because Zug's still relatable. I prefer the Tugs version of Zug, but at the same time, I also love his Salty's Lighthouse version. And I'm going to make more details on a separate video about Salty's Lighthouse. Yeah, so Zug and Sunshine are here to stay. Forever and ever. No question about it. Yep. So, who would trap 10 Cents and Sunshine during the last episode? Well, that some people call Big Freeze. Well, you're about to find out. But anyways, so since I watched the Unlucky Tugs video on Tugs, apparently I was shocked to find out that 10 Cents and Hercules are actually brothers. My face was like, wait, what? Yep. And since they actually use this for 10 Cents and Sunshine in Salty's Lighthouse, I guess they didn't know that Hercules and 10 Cents are brothers, so they just went along with 10 Cents and Sunshine siblings without doing any research. So I thought, combine the two together, you have a family of 3. Interesting. I'm going to consider it canon. Let's go. I still need to design on the parents for these 3, but don't you worry. I will do a separate video on that. Don't you worry. And remember that face, the Fire Tug's original face? Well, even though I prefer the one we got, because it looks so much better, here's my headcanon. I think that Fire Tug is another Fire Tug, so we can have 2 Fire Tugs. This is great. Another change about both Tugs and Salty's Lighthouse they never done was Big Mickey. And which part Big Mickey I'm talking about? This. I'm talking about Big Mickey's face. I actually really like Big Mickey's face. I'm pretty disappointed that it wasn't a thing in Tugs because it looks really good. But yet again, if you prefer a 20-minute cut of munitions when Big Mickey died, even though I kind of like the 15-minute cut as well, Big Mickey technically survived with a little line, but it doesn't matter. I really like the face on it. So, in my head canon of Tugs, Big Mickey does survive. It's basically the 20-minute cut, add a little extra line from the 15, and you got I don't know, still a 20-minute cut, but a little bit different. Or 21 minutes. Now, I know some people are going to be upset that we need a character needs to get killed off. Well, we still got that ship, so, and if it was alive, then I guess you can count it, but it doesn't matter. So, as I was saying, well, basically I'll tell you what some of the other characters from Tugs that's going to change in my AU series. Blue Nose. Blue Nose is kind of like my villain in my AU Tug series. So I like to think after munitions, the Navy threw the book at him and give him the boot. And Blue Nose was furious. he was furious after losing the job that he only knew. He turns evil, gets a claw, and becomes Blue Nose. Just Blue Nose. Yep. Pinchy's hungry. I know it's weird to having a tugboat on having a claw, but it looks pretty good. And maybe Johnny Cube, and Berker and Black form a little gang of the main villains. We're in a gang, everybody come how. Sorry, I was just trying to do gang up. I'm sorry. But I just thought it was kind of funny. The next change I'm going to do to a character is Boomer. Now, I kind of like Boomer as a houseboat, but I kind of feel like it's kind of pointless because in Upriver, he's back to a tugboat. Or maybe they took Boomer's body and add Zero's uncle's face. I mean, that's what the Tug's expedition short. However, I think I found a better version of Boomer that I would put in my AU Tug series. Here it is. Boomer as a Star Tug. I changed the number. So, Boomer, as well as two others, will become Star Tugs in the AU Tug series of mine. Maybe in my own version of Jinx, maybe Captain Star says, "You know what, Boomer, I'm going to give you a chance. You go and join the Starfleet." And Boomer says, "No, I don't want to." But when he's painted up to Star colors, and he finds out, the Jinx is gone. That would be a good way. And maybe he could be like a main character in Tugs, I don't know. The other two characters I'm going to use from that was only seen in one episode are Zero and his uncle. Technically, Zero was in two episodes, but he was cut out, so it's technically one. In my own version of Pirates, these two stayed to help work with Captain Star and his tugboats in the Starfleet, which is, in my opinion, is really, really good. Yeah, this is a better version of Pirate in my opinion. Fun fact, the Zero, his uncle, and Boomer Star Tugs are all inspired by a person on the art called. They were all made by Blockwave. Blockwave, if you're watching this, you've done an amazing job on this. Keep up the good work. But anyways, now we get to the last part about the video. The one that you've all been waiting for. Well, technically, not yet, but I'm saving the OJ's backstory till the end. Don't worry about that, guys. New characters. I found many OC tugs online, and I took it to really shine on them. Basically, you know the story when the guy who found all the tug models and put them on his van? It's like that a little bit. So let's begin. My first choice is called Tencent's Older Sisters, and that's what they're called, Older Sisters. They were created by WY at T Long here. Sorry, I got the name wrong. And here is the little information about them. Not much is known about them because, well, they don't have names. Bit of a shame, to be honest. But, oh well, I'm going with it. The next two characters I found interesting are called Tsar and Zachary. Sorry, got the names wrong. It's just, I didn't know how many tugboats begin with the letter C were. They were created by Vincent Braken. Sorry. Here's the information. Fun fact, these two OCs are really popular. In my headcanon, I think these two are the perfect versions of Devious, Zip, and Zug. I mean, these two fit in tugs pretty well. Our next candidates are Zig, and Zag. Zig and Zag. Huh, that's kind of funny. These two are kind of forgotten OCs when you think about it. They were created by Dupless, posted 10 years ago. 10 years ago? Wow. Here's their information. They're twin switchers, and yeah, this is all the information. Our next one is Tilly. So, here is Tilly. She was created by Emily the Cat 1807. Now you might think this is a little bit small, however, there's more to this. Now, who is Tilly? Tilly is an underrated OC. No one has ever heard of her. Basically, she's the creator decided to create this character because we needed a love life with 10 cents, and I really like it, and I'm really happy I'm going to put it. However, there's a slight problem. I ship 10 cents and Zip. So you might think, well, don't add her then. You remember my Ferdinand X Danielle X Berker, which is half normal and half, half the G word. Sorry about that. So here's my idea. Why don't I ship 10 cents with Tilly and 10 cents with Zip at the same time? You see, I got an idea from a fan art with My Little Pony characters. Like, one of them have like there was these two ponies, male ponies, and one female pony in a ship. I won't tell you who they are because, well, I don't really like the ship, but I really found the idea interesting, so I'm going with it. I'm sorry. You're confused? Good, me too. Now, with that said, Tilly is an amazing character, and while she's not a Star Tug or Z-Sack, I will touch on that in quite a moment. Just in a few moments. Now we got Tilly out of the way, let's move on to the other characters. The Police Tug. So the Police Tug have a last name, but I couldn't spell out, so yeah, so we're just going to call it the Police Tug, okay? They were created by, again, WYATT long here. Sorry about that. Not much is known about this Police Tug, but he is a really interesting character. I mean, we have a Fire Tug, so yeah, it could be better, but still. So it's basically like that. Anyways, I love the Police Tug idea. There are so many Police Tugs out there, but I think this is the closest thing that looks like a Police Tug. So the next character that someone created on the internet is, well, not a tugboat, but a human. And here is the OC. Captain Zero's daughter. Well, this is a surprise to some of you. I bet you weren't expecting that. She was created by Fire Cookie. Here's the information about Captain Zero's daughter. I think her name is Robin Raven. I mean Robin Zero, sorry. That's actually a really good idea. Now this is really good in my opinion. If you think that Captain Zero's just like a shitty dude, well, then look at this, then you might think differently. I actually like the idea. Here's my headcanon. See? Robin? I think that's her name, sorry. I'm not really good at it. So, Robin was Captain Zero's only child. Basically, Captain Zero's wife passed away of a disease that wasn't curable at the time. And yeah, maybe that's because why he's so devious. Maybe he still can't get over the loss of his own wife and has to take care of his daughter. You know, that would be great character development and interesting for his character. The next OC I found interesting was called Mr. Berker. He was created by Brickware, and the information that he is Birkin Blair's boss. I actually like the idea that Birkin Blair worked for someone because that's actually really a good idea. So the next OC I found is, in my opinion, really, really great. Her name is Sarah. Sorry. I'm not really good at this, sorry. She was created by I Love LASMMALM. Sorry about that. And her character bio said she is Zip and Zug's long lost little brother. Sorry. I thought he was. Oh, I thought he was a girl. Sorry. It's just the way his eye looks. Sorry. So, yeah. I'm really sorry. I don't know why that he has Zug Zip on it, because Zip and Zug are never brothers. So I think it must be just a typo just for Zug. So he and Zug, in my opinion, I created their dad, and yeah, in my opinion, he is Zug's little brother. Basically, he and Zug were. I'm not going to say any spoilers about it. So yeah, find out more about this character later. The next character is a fan favorite. It's Drolin from the legend himself, Wild Nor'Wester. Drolin, in my opinion, is a really good fan-made character. Now, if I would put him in my Tug series, I would put him in the same fleet as Tilly. I'm not going to talk about his character because you know why, he's lazy. And yeah. The next two characters that people will recognize, well, one of them is Lucky, and another character, Max. Now, you might think Lucky is basically James Fan 1991. So see, yeah, but there's a difference. He's basically a generic tugboat, and he created a new character called Max, and he's the Klingon. These two, or at least one of them, was created by the Blue V3. Yep, it's basically the exact same as what you expect from Lucky. And I kind of prefer this version of Lucky over the one that James Fan 1991 created. And we also got the new character called Max. Victor and Kevin style. I like it. The next character we got is Hunsky, I think. Sorry, I got the name wrong. So Hunsky was created by Blickwave again. Now, he is actually now this is his personality wise. He's a really good OC. Yeah, Hunsky, sorry, his name's just so confusing to remember, is the only Star Tug newbie that I took interest into to put in the Star Tugs, because there's so many Star Tugs, so I decided to at least add one fan-made Star Tug in it. Just to be fair. And the last OC is, well, this is the one I'm confused with. Well, we don't know who this character is, or who made him. See, we don't really find out much info about this character. All we know that he's Diesel Tug who replaced the Steam Tugs from the Z-Sax. We don't know who created him and how he became to be. Hang on for a moment. Alright guys, so I'm on the little website that I found this character, and his name is Zeal. And while I found his name, I can't find whoever created this character. If you know who created this character, please get in contact with me because I really want to know who created Zeal. And woof, that's all the OCs that I found interesting. Now I'm going to get to the OCs that I created. So the only OC I managed to complete so far by the time of this video is Zug and Zara's father. His name is Beer. And yeah, even his smokestack says, I love my beers. I actually put that because I thought it was funny. So what's his character? Well, he's basically a selfish tugboat. Basically, he married an ocean liner tugboat who will remain unnamed, who will become Zug and Zero's mom. Basically, she was feeling ill, so when Zug and Zero came to the picture, she passed away, and you know what he said? I wanted 2 big tugboats. And that, I will not get into detail what he said. Give us this. Give me that. Give me those. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out about that, guys. So, yeah, he was so selfish, and if Zug and his little brother did something that he didn't like, let's just say he beats them up. Now, this is a cool fanfare idea I had, is that Zara's face looks pretty messed up. In my headcanon, in my Tug series, he got pretty badly beat up, and explains this. Although it might not be what the creator of Zara thought it would be, but you gotta admit, it's a really good idea I came up with. After that was the last straw, so Zug and his little brother ran away from Beer, never to see him again. And after that, Beer's never bothered to look for Zug or Zara. He just says, yeah, let them run off. I'm fine. Yeah, fun fact, he's still where he is, drinking beer and watching TV. Finally, we got the OCs out of the way. Now we get to the next part of the video, the cancelled characters. There are only 2 cancelled characters that I'll want to be talking about. Those characters being the Diesel Tug and Old Jimbo. Let's start with the Diesel Tug. There are so many fan fears what the Diesel Tug would have looked like. I mean, while he could have looked like this, made by YL at T long here again. Yeah, apparently I think he recently uploaded it to DeopsArt because, well, basically, apparently the first one was taken off, so he had to re-upload it, and boom. It's a little bit different, but hey, it still works. But this version of the Diesel Tug would always be my favourite, and this is the one I'm going to use in my series. The rise of the Diesel Tugs was something that the Star Trust later revealed, and I really like this version of the Diesel Tug. Here's the idea I have for the Tug series. What if this Diesel Tug, along with the other one I showed you, and and a whole army of Diesel Tugs tries to take over Big City Port? Man, that'll be a good movie idea. It's made by the Star Trust, so please check it out. And I also forgot who made this, sadly. Now we get to the part you all been waiting for. Old Jimbo was a cancelled character in... Well, he was a scrapped character in concept art. Some people believe he was the inspiration for OJ. Here's my headcanon. Remember I said that OJ's old name was going to be Otis in this? Here's my headcanon. OJ used to be a criminal in a gang, and Old Jimbo was the leader. They called themselves The paddle steamers. Get it? The paddle steamers because they are the paddle steamers? Get it? Because they are paddle steamers? Get it? No one got it? Oh well. They were doing really well, but OJ decided to want to have no more part of a life of crime, so he turned old Jimble's whole gang to the police, and old Jimble and the other paddle steamers got arrested. Old Jimble was furious, plotted his revenge on OJ. Because of this, the authorities were worried about OJ, so they put him on the Witness Protection Program and changed his name to Old Jones, otherwise known as OJ, and he's been remained OJ ever since. See, this could be a really good idea. I'm surprised this is not an idea what David Mitton and Robert Kadoma did. It feels like this could have been an interesting idea for season 2, but they just never thought of it. But oh well. Oof, we're done. Now then, I hope you enjoyed this little video because this video has been a really fun project for me to do. This is a little project that I always want to tell you guys, and so I finally have a chance to tell this to you of my Diesel Tug series, and there will be more characters and more surprises on the way. This is Team Zug signing out. See you all next time on Team Zug's channel.